Martinelli's apple juice or Minute Maid? Martinelli's. It's picked by real angels in a real orchard with golden trees. Don't you know that already? What do you think of that cat, Charlie Crockett? I think he's kind of groovy. In a redneck railroad kind of way. How's that S10 looking? Like, only spray painted half of it. I didn't have time to do the other half. And then I got tree sap all over it. The blue tape stuck there because I never peeled it off. It looks like shit. Have you looked up ghost boards yet, Skin? What is that, some kind of hoverboard or something? I'm too fat for all that, Skin. I jumped out the back of my truck yesterday. My butthole felt like it was on fire. I was like, what the? How many albums do you have waiting in the wings? 75. You're hitting up Rod Run next month. So you know I'm finna come sliding through that tunnel. What cars you got? I got a lime green 96 Chevrolet Prism. Got me a damn Geo Metro with a 14-inch lift kit. Got me a daggum hot pink Mazda Miata. You got no media experience. I got a degree in media experience. I just wake up every day, denim on denim. Go make custom pool tables for a living. Wow. Because they ain't got no media experience. Seen that clip where it looked like you had a bike wreck? You good, buddy? Oh, yeah, I'm fine now. I got hit by a bus, a dump truck, 2 tornadoes, a typhoon, FedEx driver that was probably a foreigner. But, no, I just rolled out of the street and I was like, shh, it didn't hurt. So I was just watching Bryce's post and I was thinking to myself, you know, there's a lot of people out here now that are having the same kind of thing happen to them, myself included. What do you know? Another Southern influencer. And I was thinking, you know, the devil was Jesus' right-hand man, right? Or God's right-hand man or whatever. And he was an angel. He was like a high-up angel, right? Well, you know how everybody's like, we're all like trying to pray and be nice and just have faith in people ain't gonna do bad shit, even though we know they are. I'm curious, is the devil all that bad? Or is he just like the crazy country cousin? You know what I mean? And with all the Fauci stuff that everybody's seeing now, what did COVID do, bro? COVID separated everyone from everyone. Even in the smallest communities. I remember around here when the whole COVID thing was a thing. Dog, I remember being the only motherfucker at the Shell gas station for a whole 5 minutes. That's not a thing around here. Me and my friends remember going on the river and going down the Cumberland on jet skis, turning left over by Sycamore Place and going, Sycamore, and going up the Harpeth, and the water not even being moved yet. And we were like, yo, why is everybody staying inside? Dude, it was bull. It was a psychological operation for them to make everybody just be without their community for a certain amount of time. That's what that was. So if the devil tempts people and tests them and see if they'll do something sinful, isn't he also helping God see who his true believers are? Or Jesus who his true believers are? In that case, isn't he helping Jesus? That'd be kind of interesting if that was the case. Because when you think about it, if that is the case, they did come from the same place originally. So the devil would believe in Jesus more than anybody. To the point where he is technically going undercover for him. What if that's why they say that he comes from down under and Jesus comes from up above? Because it's them literally doing literally and physically doing a over-under on people so they'll show their true colors. If that's the case, that means there is a third party that don't like Jesus or Satan. And just how they say like, that guy's playing God. What if somebody was playing Satan? And what if they both got mad about it? So if you apply that theory, people who only follow the traditional story, would say that I got everything backwards, right? That's also kind of funny because Satan backwards is, y'all know how I am about words. Satan backwards is natas. And natas in Latin, I'll show you in a minute, is to swim or to float. What happened? The earth got flooded. And in this other language, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like Lithuanian or whatever. Natas means birth or Christmas. Because check this out. There's two main questions that are asked when people are talking about religion, God, Christianity, and stuff. They say, okay, why didn't God just save Jesus? Maybe, see what I'm saying? Or they say, why can't God just get rid of the devil? Because they're both playing their role. They're like, it seems like they're on the same team. It's like a screening process for whatever this thing is we call soul. And in order to identify who's is pure and whose isn't, they have to work together so people show their true colors. That's wild. So imagine this. You're there at the crucifixion of Jesus, right? And he's on the cross. And he's looking down at everybody. And he's like stabbed and all this other shit, bleeding. And he looks in the crowd. And he sees the guy that used to be where he was upstairs. And they wink at each other. And they both like laugh. Bro, that would mean that they were both working together to show people what actual evil looks like. Something that will be burned in people's brains for thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years. So they would not forget it. So they would know and be able to identify what actual evil is as like part of your gut instinct. Now, go back to the story of Adam and Eve. What was that? If you look at that, that was a test of instinct. And it's like they worked together to do this test of instinct on these two people. And they failed. Which also taught them deceivement. What the fuck? Because if the devil was Jesus' right-hand man or whatever, that's kind of like your crazy cousin. That you're like, hey, look, my cousin's coming over, man. He's an alright dude. He's cool, but he's a little crazy and outlandish and says some wild shit and crosses over boundaries sometimes, but he's kind of alright. Well, kind of had to be the same scenario for Jesus and the devil if they were both angels in the same place at one time, but he got kicked out. Same way if you got that same crazy cousin at your house and your friends are over there and he says the N-word, you're like, you gotta leave. Look, don't be doing that for my friends. I just realized something about the song Many Men on Get Rich or Die Trying. If you listen to the audio in the beginning, when somebody's getting shot at, they're in a car. And the guy is screaming, pull off, because he's the passenger, right? But he's having to tell the driver, like, hey, mother, pull off, what are you doing? Like, almost like it was a setup. The theatrics in the music video don't match the skit in the beginning, which means 50 is talking about somebody else, and I think it's Tupac, bro.